Once upon a time, in a quiet little cottage beside a lovely garden, lived a kind woman who longed for a child. Every day she cared for her home and flowers, but her heart ached with sorrow because she had no daughter to love. One day, unable to bear the loneliness, she visited a wise old woman who knew the secrets of the garden. The wise woman gave her a magical barley seed and told her to plant it with patience. The woman rushed home, planted it, and soon a magnificent flower bloomed. When the petals opened, a tiny, perfect little girl appeared, no bigger than her thumb. Overjoyed, the woman named her Thumbelina. She gave her a walnut shell cradle, violet leaf blankets, and rose petal quilts. Thumbelina spent her days rowing across a dish of water in a tulip petal boat, singing with a voice as clear as silver. Her life was peaceful and full of joy until the night an ugly toad slipped through the window and carried her away to the marsh to be a bride for her toad son. Thumbelina woke up frightened and surrounded by muddy water. The toad's son stared at her with dull eyes, croaking endlessly, crying helplessly. Thumbelina wished for escape. Seeing her sorrow, the little fish under the lily pad nibbled the stalk until the leaf snapped free, allowing her to drift far away from the marsh. A beautiful white butterfly helped her travel faster, but soon a proud May beetle snatched her up into a tree. Though he admired her at first, his friends mocked Thumbelina for looking different, and he abandoned her on a daisy. Lonely, she wandered through forests until winter came, nearly freezing in the cold. She found shelter in the burrow of a kind field mouse who cared for her, but expected her to work and entertain her with stories. The mouse soon introduced her to a wealthy, gloomy mole who wished to marry her. Thumbelina dreaded the idea of living underground forever. One day, she discovered an injured swallow in one of the mole's tunnels and secretly nursed him back to health through the winter. When spring arrived, the bird invited her to escape with him, but out of gratitude toward the mouse, she stayed. But the day of her unwanted wedding arrived, and Thumbelina stepped outside for one last look at the golden sun. At that moment, the swallow returned, calling her name. Crying, she told him of the life she was being forced into. Without hesitation, he offered to take her away, and this time she agreed. They soared over forests, lakes, and mountains until they reached a warm, sunlit land filled with dazzling flowers. The swallow placed her beside a large white blossom, where a tiny, handsome flower fairy king sat, wearing a crown of gold. He and Thumbelina fell in love at first sight. He asked her to be his bride and queen, and she joyfully accepted. The fairies gifted her delicate crystal wings so she could fly from flower to flower. They also gave her a new name, Maya, because it was more beautiful than Thumbelina. And so Maya found her true home and true love, forever remembering the kindness of the swallow who saved her from darkness.